Hi, I'm Ted Habiger. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm from Room 39, a seasonal American restaurant both in Leawood and in Midtown Kansas City. Today I want to show you how to carve a turkey. This particular bird was a fresh bird bought from McGonigal's Meat, and it was about 13 or 14 pounds. I plan on serving 10 people on Thanksgiving and going to have plenty leftovers. It's a very simple process butchering it, but after it was roasting, I put it on my cutting board here, and it's been resting for about 20 minutes. It should be still plenty warm. In fact, I can feel the heat coming off of her right now. It's just fine. But I always start with the legs. The first thing I do is right in between the breast and the leg is just a little spot where there's no meat. So I'll just go ahead and cut that with my knife and just separate it. And that's a nice little piece right in there that's really easy to get to. And then I'll kind of press out with my thumb on the leg, and right here there is a little bit of a cavity bone which is curved almost like a spoon. And so I'm going to take my knife and try to find that bone with my knife. I found it there, and then just kind of work its way around it, and I can kind of press out the leg as I go. You can see some of my juniper berries in there from the brine, and then you just kind of press it down with your finger and separate it from the bone there. Oh yeah, this meat's going to be very nice. And just separate it from the two bones in there. But you see, it wasn't really a difficult thing. I didn't have to press down on it and cut through the bone. I just separated it from where the joint is. And then right underneath, right in here is what's called the oyster. So I will lift up the bird just a little bit, and there's a little spot on the backbone, but then I just get that oyster out. I'm not putting much pressure at all. It is ready. Pull that out. Set that down. I'm going to put that off to the side, and I'm going to do the other leg. Oh, I think we're in good shape here on the bird. This is going to be very good. So I just turned it around, and because I'm right-handed, I did it this way. I'm going to separate that meat again, and then I might even come over here a little bit for you. This comes around, and there's just that little spoon area that kind of, see how it kind of curves around. You can always pick the meat off later if you don't get everything you want. And then I'm going to go in and get that oyster. It's called an oyster because that's the shape. It's shaped like a Wellfleet oyster. All right. Just a little bit of pressure. And separated right there. There we go. Mop up some of these excess juices. You can even do this butchering over your roasting pan if you want to collect all these juices right now, and then make your gravy with those juices later. Now, before I do the breast, I am going to go ahead and cut these legs. And these are very simple to do, but when you're looking at, you kind of look at the way the drumstick is. And you want to try to get your knife right into that crease, and then go parallel with the bone. And that allows you to get right down in between the two joints. That's really nice right there. And then we'll do that again with this one. Put that bone right there. Big, big thighs. And I'll often just put these on the platter. Now there is just a little bit of pink juice there. Don't be afraid of that. That is just fine. If it's not cooked enough for you, you can always pop these just back on your roasting pan, back in the oven for 10 minutes. And that way they're nice and warm when the guest gets them. You just don't want to overcook the breast. Okay. Now now we're ready to do the breast. I like to go ahead and leave the wings still attached to it, and so for presentation purposes. So the first thing you want to do is cut right along the backbone. And you can feel it with your knife, and you can go on either side of it, because then you're going to cut on the other side also. So now that I've got the skin pulled off, I can kind of see that little backbone right there. I'm going to go on this side of it now. The bird is still very warm, so that was 15-20 minutes. So it can rest up to 45 without anything happening to it. And the longer you let the breast rest, the better, because it stays juicy. Okay, now as you cut back along the back side, there's a wishbone in there. And you want to bring your knife on either side of the wishbone. So I'm going to pull this back a little bit. And then now I've got my knife at an angle, so it's up against the cavity, the inside cavity of the bird, and it's cutting along that wishbone. And then pretty soon I'll reach where that joint is, where the wing attaches to the cavity of the bird. So I'm going to go right through that. And don't force it. You'll know if you're there. I got really close. I didn't go all the way through, but I'm going to go ahead and cut along the inside cavity up here. And I like to stick my knife through there and just cut on the inside. Oh, the meat looks great. All right, now I've got my wing. I'm kind of just pressing it apart. There we are. Ooh, it's hot. I can see the bone now. It's very easy to separate it apart. Okay. And doesn't that look good? Nice and juicy still. I'll put that off to the side. We'll do the other side now. And maybe I can turn this around so you can kind of see. You see there's the one part of the wishbone that I cut against. So now I'm going to be doing the same thing right along here. There's the other side. And again, you can pick all this extra meat. If you leave any meat on there, you can always pick that off a little bit later. It's my favorite part. That's for the chef usually. Okay, cutting against the inside of that. Ooh. There we go. I'm doing it backwards, so it's a little bit more difficult. I'm going to turn it around. And you can kind of just press it apart. And you see where that bone connects right there. Just get right in there. Pull that piece off. Have the skin still intact. Everyone likes the skin, or at least they should. I'm going to place the carcass into my roasting pan there. I'll make some soup out of that in a little bit. I'm going to get a bigger knife now for this process because I want to make some nice slices. So on the breast, I just kind of try to hold it with the skin and make sure I get through the skin and just keep slicing it into maybe 1-inch pieces. I don't like to cut it too thin because, you know, especially with one, because I want people to get a nice big piece that still has lots of juices on the inside. Okay. Bird, breast. Let's cut the other one now. And it's ready to go. Okay, I'm Ted Habiger from Room 39, and that's how you carve a turkey.